Good morning, friends. So we are embarking with cheap coffee. Despite roasting our own coffee, we've got store-bought coffee.
I'd rather drink wine instead of roast coffee last night, so I forgot.
And the queso maker, who's consequently the coffee roaster, she's on probation with the union because she didn't roast coffee last night.
So we have canned coffee.
Canned coffee. So anyways, so we are embarking today on what it's got to be a West Coast, Pacific Northwest tradition. It is the day before Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving Eve, if you will. And it doesn't have the same ring as Christmas.
It's the Eve before Doomsday.
Yes.
We'll be honest.
And Black Friday Eve. And so we are driving up in the mountains to cut a Christmas tree. And regrettably, it's been a very dry fall so far this year. And the upside to that is, fire business next year. But right now, we are going to go up to approximately 3,500 feet in the Cascade Range, and we're going to cut a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree we're after, it's very elusive. No, not really, but usually they're hard to get to because of the snow. The tree we're going after is a Shasta red fir, or a silvertip.
Yes, and I did a quick Google search this morning, and where we live around Medford in Jackson County, Oregon, there is actually, it's a hybrid. Ooh. It's a hybrid between the noble fir and the Shasta red fir.
So if it's a hybrid, does it get better fuel mileage? Environmentally friendly?
You always have to do that. So anyway, so they actually classify it as both a Shasta red fir hybrid noble fir. So it's its own little species. It's kind of like a mule, but it looks the same. It's got awesome needles for decorating, nice form, and they don't lose their needles in my living room, which
is important.
I love.
Yes. And one of the really, really cool things about what we're doing, so we have a tree cutting permit, and we buy them at the Forest Service. They're good for 4 years, so this is all legitimate. And here's the deal, folks. If you're gonna go and you're gonna take advantage of the public lands, do it in a respectful fashion. Get your permits, get a map, let someone know where you're going. Don't be stupid, and don't give your local county search and rescue team pre-holiday Thanksgiving training to come find your stupid butt because you got lost. So just be smart, be respectful, treat the public lands well. I know a lot of you guys don't like the government, don't like the alphabet soup agencies. On 2 occasions, I've worked for land management organizations. I worked for the BLM in college, which is great if you're in college. I got paid to hike, dream. And it was also like 30 pounds ago. And then I've been a contractor for the Forest Service. They are awesome people trying to live up to a mandate that they didn't create, and they're doing what they can with what they have, and there's political elements and everything. But hey, we are blessed. We live out west, and we can go do this. And if you're going to go do something like this, just be respectful and follow the rules, because it's the idiots that don't follow the rules that screw it up. You could go year after year to the same spot, and then some idiot messes up, and you go back the next year, and there's now a gate across the Forest Service road that you've been cutting trees with for 20 years with your family. So don't be dumb, and don't be the reason why other people cannot enjoy the public lands that we collectively own. I'm not a communist, but I'm using the word collective because it is the commons. Everyone owns it. And just be respectful. And so this is the probably 5th or 6th year that we've done this.
Yeah.
In the 9 years that we've been married. I grew up doing it in California, Northern California. We would drive up to South Fork Ridge, which was the tallest point on the coastal range, to go cut this kind of tree. So it is as near and dear and perfect a family tradition that we have. But you will notice a gross lack of tiny human interference. And so this is where we give a shout out to Grammy and Gramps for taking our 3 wonderful effervescent and sprightly children. So mommy and daddy can get away and go cut a tree quite honestly, we're doing this with some haste. It's supposed to rain today, and consequently in November when it rains down where we live, it snows up where we're going. So we're kind of racing, the weather, as it were. So my parents are taking the kids. Not that we don't like doing stuff with them, but we also like getting away and doing stuff together. Yeah. So it's kind of a Christmas tree date, if you will. And if we were in the Middle East and it were a palm tree, it would be a big palm. See what I did there? Big palm. So, anyways, we are headed to the wilds of the Cascade Range, and we're gonna stop and get some food on our way up to the hills, and we just want to welcome you along and enjoy the ride. Okay, friends. So we have reached the Forest Service road that we travel on in order to get our Christmas tree. So we'll be on this for a while. The roads here are super, super well maintained. I had the privilege of working for the Forest Service as a contractor during fire season in 2017. So I became much more familiar with these roads than I ever intended to living here, but it was a great opportunity. So in a weird sort of way, though I've not lived here my entire life, these kind of feel like stomping grounds almost, just because I put tons of miles on my pickup truck for the Forest Service here. So sit back and enjoy the ride, and we'll start getting some altitude, because that's what you need for your Shasta red fir noble fir hybrid. Here's a tree that's in our way. Based on my quality education from Humboldt State University in Arcata, California, I can tell you with 100% certainty that that's a dead tree. So I'm gonna go move it, and we'll get on our way.
Carpenter, won't you build us a home? One true and straight where our children may grow. Built on a foundation made of stone. Carpenter.
Okay, friends, this is it. We're driving along, and she says, "Stop, I think I found it." And we are exactly like 200 yards from where we got one last year. So here we go, off into the wilds. We are going to look for our Christmas tree. And the thing with the Shasta red fir is you have to move slow and sneak up on it because they will get away. So when you're hunting the Christmas tree, you gotta go full like Steve Irwin on it. Crikey, what we got here is a Shasta red fir in its natural habitat, and what it doesn't like more than anything is a saw taken to its trunk. Okay, so let's go get a Christmas tree.
But wait.
Oh, yes.
There's one other thing that happens all the time. Christmas tree hunting. You get up to it, you think it's the perfect one, and then you realize that it's not, and you're going to have to keep looking. So this is take one or trial one of getting our Christmas tree. We always do this like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. So, and it's easy this year because we don't have kids. Oh, thanks, Grammy and Gramps. So, off we go. Okay, friends. We're here. We found it. It's the one that is going to be our special tree. And I just want to go over some stuff real quick. We need to talk about the ethics of sustainable Christmas tree harvesting. This is real. This is it's a natural resource, and these are free-range, organic, just good old carbon monoxide, wild carbon dioxide fed trees. So we respectfully do this. We harvest them in a swift fashion, and these are not those factory farmed tree lot trees that just grow and live their lives along the side of the highway, growing up only to be slaughtered. These are free range Christmas trees. They live their lives out high altitudes. So we are grateful for this tree and what it's going to provide our family. And so we're going to get ready to go harvest it. So I need to go ahead and get everything in order, and we're gonna just do this as best we can. If you're a vegetarian and you don't like to witness this sort of thing,
Trigger warning.
trigger warning. Yes, not that the saw has a trigger, but that you may in fact be triggered. So yeah, I'm gonna do this.
There's a little more to do before I finish the walls and I've painted them blue. And I will carry you through the door of our house so new. Oh my darling, sweet darling, I've built this house for you.
We're gonna take a broad measurement for close to how long we wanted at the house, and then trim off the bottom. I'll limit, we can toss it over the edge so it doesn't add to any fuel load, really break down faster. So that's 9, what do you say, wife, 10 feet?
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay. And sort of wrapping up our Christmas tree hunting experience, I wanted to take a moment to encourage you guys to get up, get out, go buy a permit, and if you have access to public lands, go cut a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. It's a great opportunity to forge new traditions with your family. I get it. We don't have our kids today. We left our tiny humans with Grammy and Gramps. And that was really due to the weather and the desire to make a video about tree hunting and tree harvesting. But really, it's a great opportunity to get out there. It's easy to go to the lot. It takes effort to do things worth remembering. And so just get out there, go access those lands that your tax dollars pay for, make memories, and just have a good time doing it.
It's also cheaper. I mean, you're going to spend $45, $50, $60, $70 on a lot Christmas tree that has been sitting there for a couple weeks without water. So,
right.
You know, it's really one of those things for us. It's $5 for a permit. Now, the Forest Service does provide you with a map. And as you can see, it's pretty basic. I mean, it has the roads, it has where you can cut, but it doesn't have a lot of the roads labeled. And so this is free. What isn't free are these $4 or $5 maps that they sell. This one is a motor vehicle map for the High Cascades, Rogue River, Siskiyou National Forest. I think this was maybe $4. This one's a little more detailed. This one might have cost me a little more. But it has every single road on here labeled. So, and this one's for the High Cascades Ranger District north half. They have a south half. So just make sure wherever you go, just get the right map. They're really good about labeling everything. So you just see where you are. If you can't find yourself, a lot of these roads are loop roads. So if you seem to think that you're lost, sometimes they do loop around, but always just turn back the way you came and look for a landmark. Yep. Be smart about it, guys. There's a lot of people that get lost out here. And if there's a log over the road, chances are there's a reason there's a log over the road and they've closed the road. So the roads here are very well maintained, very few potholes, and it's just a great way to spend time. And there's some really nice more often used roads that you're not going to get lost on. They're very easily labeled. And if you take any spur roads, just make sure you know what number it is. And always be prepared. Always carry water, food, extra coats, and extra socks.
Extra socks. Dry shoes.
Dry
So
shoes.
we've done that in the past in the snow where you get all done and then you put on a pair of dry socks and you know, a pair of Keen sandals or something. And also, just in case, because it doesn't take up a lot of room, but the means by which to start a fire. Because if you do get stranded and you do find yourself in a situation where you can't get out, a fire is going to emotionally, psychologically, and physically aid in your survival. So that's important too. Don't do it willy-nilly, but if it's a matter of life and death, light a fire and it'll keep you safe. Thank you guys. We wanted to express our attitude of gratitude. We appreciate everyone that takes time out of their lives to watch the content that we create. We really do appreciate that, sincerely. There's plenty of other things you could do with your time. I'd love to tell you to get out from behind your computer and go out to the woods and cut a Christmas tree, but you're on your computer watching this, so hey, live a balanced life where you strike a balance between all of those things. But thank you. Your time is priceless. You don't get any more of it than what you're given every day. You took some of that to watch this video. Hopefully you watch our other stuff too, and we just really, really appreciate that. And it's an awesome opportunity. It's a blessing to do this for you, and we are blessed by your viewership. So thank you. We really appreciate that. Go out there and make some Christmas memories or Thanksgiving memories. Mm-hmm. So great. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Hello. Thanks for joining the Butcher the Base on the Queso Maker. Maker. If you want to follow us for more fun videos, hit subscribe for more fun videos and funny jokes.